Hit it!
Welcome back to Luke and Meg, weekend ready. It's Friday. Congratulations, you made it.
Yes, you did. Another day at work. Another week at work.
Don't
Yeah,
assume someone's employment. That it will be offensive in 3 years. Do not assume my profession.
Do you think so?
I reckon.
I reckon we're almost there.
If you met someone who stank like shit and you're like, Garbo for sure, they're like, excuse me.
I work in a cemetery, okay? Don't judge what I do.
Yeah, no, they could just stink like shit.
Oh, yeah.
They're
like,
a corporate
excuse
job.
me, I just rolled in dog shit. Thank you very much. Don't assume what I do.
I just have really low self-respect of hygiene and quality of life. Yeah. Thank you very much. Hi.
Hi.
What was I going to say?
Welcome back to the podcast.
Oh, no, this music reminds me a little bit like Monsters, Inc.
Oh, it does.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that the credit music?
Yeah.
And I was trying to figure it out for weeks. I was listening back to our podcast like, God, this is a slammer. Where do I know it from? Royalty-free Monsters, Inc.
I haven't watched Monsters Inc. in a very long time. Same as Ice Age. I fucking love those films. Oh, talking about Ice Age.
Speaking of, last week, I don't know, for audio listeners, you weren't really here. I did an episode with Sid the Sloth.
Yes.
Do you know how cool that was? I'm such a big fan.
I heard that it was a really good episode where Sid
kept saying his name was Meg.
Yeah, I heard that he didn't speak very well.
No.
And he didn't say very much.
Meg had a lisp last week, for those who didn't tune in. But you're lisp free.
I'm lisp free. Oh my God, I can't even still can't say the word.
Maybe prematurely called lisp free.
I had wisdom tooth surgery that went a bit wrong. My tongue is still numb. The dentist snipped a nerve. 0.025% chance of it happening, and it happened to this gal. So my tongue is still numb, but they gave me literally that afternoon. I'm so annoyed because I did the podcast in the morning and I had a horrible lisp, and then I went home. I went to the appointment, came back home, and they said, try this and it should fix it up. And it was my speech pathologist was like, just try singing again and try and take the placement of when you sing into the, normal
What song
speaking.
were you singing?
I don't actually remember. I think I was just chucked on some Disney tracks.
Disney songs.
It's usually Disney songs.
Always just sings Disney songs around the house. I love
Disney songs. Or something musical theatre. I'm
always upstairs
Benny
being
came out with a new banger.
Who?
Benny came out with Green Honda. I don't think you know.
Listen to. I know the guy, the producer.
No.
Anyway.
No. She came out with a banger hit though, and so I was trying to sing.
Is that Disney?
No.
I thought we were talking about Disney.
No.
Oh,
no.
right.
I was saying the songs that I was singing, and then.
Yeah, right. Because I always just hear Disney. Because I'm always up the top being like, how is there so much stuff for this girl to let go?
Yeah.
You keep screaming.
She's got a lot of shit to let go.
And I'm like, what is it? I'm like, you live in a nice house in a nice neighborhood. What problems could you possibly be having?
I don't actually like that song. I don't know where you got that from. I usually sing songs from Hercules.
No, actually, you do the other one, Into the Unknown.
King.
Into the Unknown.
Oh, but I can't.
I can do it too.
That was beautiful.
Oh, my voice is fixed.
Wow, that was beautiful, Katie.
Is that a TikTok?
Yep.
Meg and I communicate differently. So I do it with sentences and words. Meg communicates in Vines and TikToks.
Yeah.
Is 40% of her vocabulary.
Yeah.
And then I go, oh, do you know what Vine that is or TikTok? And she's like, no idea. I just remember saying it a lot as a kid. Meg reacts to things.
Absolutely.
Via meme.
Yep.
She speaks fluent meme. For example, if someone gives her a bad gift, she'll be like, oh, an avocado. Thanks. Instead of just being like, oh, thanks.
I do. I feel like there's a lot of people though. I feel like there's a lot of people that communicate solely through memes. I've heard couples that have met each other where they say the same meme. You know how it's like they finish each other's sentences?
Yeah.
It's like they finish each other's memes and they're like, oh my God, look at all those chickens. Wow, it's the love of my life.
They're like, we finish each other's and they're both like, Vines.
Any funny, really funny video, like my recent one, and this is only because the guys also do it in the office, is the, oh my God, he is whittling, and then it'll be like down the soaps or like.
But that's because usually someone is whittly gritting. He is whittly gritting in the office.
Well, Mitch.
He's whittly popping the gritty downstairs.
Yeah. Well, what about editors, Mitch? You had a basketball game last week, and basically no one who is the original teammates could play because they're either injured or away.
A few of my other mates couldn't play, so we had to call in backups for our F grade team or social Wednesday night basketball.
Yes.
Our team's called the Ball Handlers. We have won 2 games in 2 years, and I've only been there for one of them. So we called him backup.
Yes.
Mitch plays basketball.
Yeah, and anyway, in the game, he goes for the 3-pointer. He shoots it perfect in the hoop.
Which has never happened in our team.
Never happened in ball handlers history. And then immediately he just starts grittying it down the court. And I was like, oh my God, he is whittling down the basketball, grittying down the basketball
Meg
court.
screaming, he's whirling, grittying down the court.
And the other team is fucking losing their mind. Everyone next to me is losing their mind. The other people on the other court are listening going, what the fuck is
We had
happening?
a cheer squad. Even Blake caught the train for an hour and a half across Melbourne just to watch this game of social basketball. Yeah. Probably best social sport moment I've ever seen. Sorry, we didn't actually say what everyone was doing on the weekend. We got distracted.
God. We haven't spun the wheel yet.
No, we haven't. I'm aware of that. We'll spin it at the end. Because I got another thing.
Yeah.
You know what one pet peeve I have?
Yeah.
See, you communicate with memes.
Yeah,
a lot of guys with no personality. I hate dudes that communicate through Will Ferrell quotes.
What particular quotes?
You know, a situation will escalate, and they'll say, "Oh, that escalated quickly," which is fine. That's a common one. That's a base level quote. But then when they walk into a room, it sounds like I'm making this up. I've met different people in different walks of life. My brother used to do this. He used to walk into rooms and say, "Oh, that's deep, rich mahogany," in the voice of Ron Burgundy. That's not a good one.
I don't think that's bad.
No, because
I think it's just been done.
I just think
too many times. This is the thing. If someone comes up to me and says a meme or says something that is quite niche, like not a lot of the population would know about it, I find that so funny.
To me,
that's so funny.
It falls in the same category of why I first was against TikTok and Musically, in the sense of you can just lip sync a sound or someone else's quote or movie, whatever it is, and then people go, "You're funny."
No, but
dude, there are literally videos of people lip syncing Carl Barron bits on TikTok.
No, that's pretty bad.
And then all the comments are going, "Oh, James from whatever, you're hilarious, dude. The way you lip sync that pre-rehearsed material, not by you,
amazing."
Maybe it's like the comedian in me.
Yeah.
But to me, when people get a cheap laugh in a social setting off a Ron Burgundy quote, part of me goes, all right, well, you're not funny enough to think of that. That was the writers of Anchorman.
I do like I do like how people, or when people will lip sync to a quote though, or something, you know, that's kind of funny, not funny really, but then they're doing it in like a really funny new context that hasn't been set in. Like you're like, oh my God, I never thought that sentence or that quote would ever be used in that format. Yeah. And that's what makes it funny, because it's new, it's different.
Sometimes a well-placed quote or reference is very funny.
Yes.
But more often than not, walking into a room and commenting on the mahogany, I don't think is a good one. But Jack, for about the last 2 years of high school, thought that was the funniest shit ever.
Absolutely. And you know what? I can see your brother doing that because he's done it multiple. He still does it. He still thinks it's the funniest shit. Like, and I don't know, man. I'm waiting for the day. I'm waiting for the day.
But anyway. Fair.
But yeah, I communicate solely in meme form usually. I really have to hold back on the podcast, but sometimes it's like a little bit of a tick, because I'm like, got to get it out, you know?
Yeah. This weekend, sorry, we usually do this in the intro.
Oh,
but we've
yeah,
been
sorry.
hella distracted. Monsters Inc. First day of scaring. Walking in, fist pounding Roz. Do your paperwork. All right.
You're really good at that. That's your impression.
Oh, I can actually do it better. I'm watching you, Wazowski. Always watching.
I love the little like swallow that you had to
The
do.
whole time I was like, I'm going to cough out my guts.
I've never seen you fight for your life harder than in that moment.
You didn't do your paperwork.
What was that?
You know, Roz, when she's like had like a bunch of, she's just been on the red wines. Wazowski.
Drunk Roz. Wow. What a
Darcy.
treat. Yeah,
this
what's
week,
Darcy? Mm-hmm.
Usually we do this at the start. A listener of the show. This weekend, he's doing a wine tour. Then when I asked him to clarify, he then said, well, technically it's just a pub crawl and a bus, but I'm going to be having wine, so I'm calling it a wine tour. Not the same thing. That's like having a wine, like in COVID, you know, we'd sometimes just go, let's have a beer in the bathroom, you know?
Yeah,
Mix it up.
we'd like set up
As a
different
joke.
stations and we'd be like, ooh, something for the palates.
We're like, ooh, pub crawl, let's have a beer next to the toilet.
yeah.
we
Let's have a beer and get salmonella poisoning. Let's go.
We weren't doing that. Yeah, that's good. Good on Darcy. And what else? Nick is going to see Ed Sheeran.
Oh, I'm so
He's in
jealous.
Australia at the moment. And Kyle, probably hoping for a wind down night shift Friday and Saturday.
Oof, you don't want to be turning up at that, do ya?
I mean, he just has to get turned like a Tuesday.
Well, no, you don't have to get that. Okay, let's make this clear. The whole point of the wheel doesn't decide if you're getting sloshed or not.
Oh.
No, that's not it's you have an issue.
No, I, like the listenership of this podcast, have completely misinterpreted this wheel. It was my idea for the wheel, and
That is not the idea.
no, it's
of
an
the
energy.
wheel.
It's a feeling.
It's a feeling and it's an energy. I don't usually drink that much. I actually drink more non-alcoholic stuff. Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
You in the front row.
I have my hand up.
Yes, sir.
I need to apologize and come clean. I accidentally found myself turning up slightly at Jack's engagement party. My brothers had an engagement party at their house. So it was half engagement party, half house party.
I can't believe you've done this.
And-
You've ruined everything. You've gone against the wheel. I feel like this requires a punishment.
My dad, in all fairness, has recently retired, and he was doing a Mick Jagger impression on the dance floor. And it is really hard when Blake and Tyler where they're all singing Satisfaction. Dad's doing the Jagger moves. He's literally got moves like Jagger. It's hard to watch that from afar and wind down as that's happening. With Sunnies indoors.
Dude, your dad
3 a.m.
Your dad
1 a.m., I
turned
don't
it
know.
up. He did not get the memo. He turned it
No,
up.
I don't think he listened to the pod because it was the biggest turn up of all time.
No, it was massive.
He's
It was a
a-
massive turn up.
Recently called it quits, and boy oh boy,
Retired. He's retired.
Is
Did you say that?
Is that not calling it quits?
No, that just sounds like he's like
suicidal or something.
ejected from life. Yeah, that just sounds like he's no longer present.
He's
like
on his way to the West Gate or
he's
something.
done. He's quit. He's
No.
quit life.
Called it quits professionally,
Yeah.
but has a new zest for life.
Yes.
In one sense, because by the way, can we drink with my parents a lot? Sorry, I said we too many
Okay,
times. I
but-
sounded French. I was like, oui, oui.
Oh, wee wee.
We are getting drunk with my parents a lot.
No, well, let's make this clear
They're
as
getting
well.
drunk with us.
Your mum doesn't drink.
No.
Your mum doesn't drink. And I will never drink to excess around your parents either.
I'll rephrase that. I'm getting drunk around my parents a lot more than I
it's
used to.
definitely Luke.
But all of us, I feel like they're like at the last 3 events that Reese has been to, I feel like mum and dad have been there. They even went to Blake
Yeah.
Pavey's 21st.
Yeah,
And they had a great night. They stayed there till like 1:30. They're on the D floor.
they came and got kebabs with us after.
I know, they got the sloppy post 21st kebabs.
Your mum had a HSP for the first time and she was like, what is this?
She didn't know what it was. I
Yeah.
was like, Mum, it's just
She's
chips covered in meat and shit. And she's like,
she's
oh, yeah.
oh, could I just get the chips? And we were like, you can get the chips if you want. And she's like, oh, but I don't want to ask him for that. I feel bad. I'm like, it's not their sole profession. If you ask for some chips and no meat, they're not going to be like, screw you, get out of the shop.
Yeah, it's good. All right, we're spinning?
Yes, spinning.
This weekend, we have an engagement party.
I did forget about that. Thank you for letting me know. I was like, I'm going to wind down this weekend.
Hopefully Mark and Beth aren't listening.
Love you guys. I'm so excited.
We're both looking forward. I'm looking forward to it.
No, I am. I really am. I really am. All right.
I'm hoping for turn up because it's our last weekend before we go to the UK.
Yes.
But also we have to pack. And that is more of a wind down vibe. Brutal. Happy with either. I'll take whatever the wheel decides.
Ready?
It's spinning.
Oh, no.
That's fine.
This is fine.
I'm fine with that.
This is okay. I'm only going to have a few champers anyway.
Wind down on the wine tour. The wine tour. But make it a wind tour. And Kyle, perfect for your shift. Go into that.
Get that up, yeah.
I don't know what your night work is, but if you can, put in some tracks, maybe something a little, I don't know, slower.
Luke, how was your last week?
Oh, fuck. My tour is on sale this week.
Yeah.
Just make my tour
Talking about Luke being an alcoholic.
What?
Well, yeah, because that's literally been the first 5 minutes of the episode. Is you saying how much of an alcoholic you are.
You said that. I said I've been having fun with my parents, really. I was talking about nice family time.
Getting sloshed with your parents.
Family time is family time. How does this segue into the tour? That's my query. Oh, yeah, the tour.
You've gone from cheers to that to happy hour.
The new tour is called Happy Hour, touring Australia and New Zealand later in the year.
Yes.
We just need us out before the comments roll in. New Zealand's just not on sale yet because I'm not going there till like November or December or something like that.
Yeah.
So it'll be on sale later in the year. And then also starting to book in overseas for 2024. Happy Hour's a good name.
Happy Hour's a great name.
Go from one beer
agree.
slogan to another beer slogan.
What would you choose if someone offered you...
Ask questions you don't want to know the answer to.
If someone offered you $5 pints for life, any beer, all the time.
Any beer?
Any beer. And then cheaper if, obviously, it's a shit beer. Me or the beer.
I mean, you.
For life. He will love me then more than he wants the beer. That is so fucking cute. Oh my God.
I was about to say under protest, but no. Meg's grittying right now. She's so stoked.
I am. Where are we quitting on a podcast? That's how we should have started it. I should have just been in the background like... and you're like, welcome back to Luke and Meg. And
I'm like, she's really gritting on the pod right now.
My co-host is where we gritting on the podcast right now.
No, of course I would choose you. There is not a liquid in the world that I would choose over you, Meg.
Oh, still talking about the tour. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I should plug my tour.
We need to plug the tour.
Yeah. I'm not very good at my job. I feel like there's a lot of dates. We need to make it fun.
Okay, hold on.
I think people will tune out.
I'll sing a song, the first part, and you'll know it. You'll know it when I sing it. And then you say all the dates.
Are you just going to, like a cappella?
Yeah.
Just before I go, this is probably the biggest tour in Australia out of any artist this year. I have not fact checked that.
No, we can't find it though.
But it's fun to say stuff. Sometimes, like, that's kind of why I have these podcasts.
Yeah. Is
just saying shit.
Yeah.
And then not researching it or justifying shit you say.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Trust me. Try it now. Throw something, if you're on the train right now, throw something out in the universe, unresearched, the rush you get. Well, just lean over to someone and be like, you know they closed down NASA, the space station? You're like, yeah. That person's going to tell someone, did you hear they turned down NASA all of a sudden? I guess that's what's wrong with the world.
That's how rumors spread.
Anyway, rumor is that this is the biggest tour in Australia, but don't fact check that. It actually could be. All right, go.
All right, you ready? I'm going everywhere, man. I'm going everywhere. I'm going.
Werribee, Albury, Griffith, Canberra, Nowra, Goulburn, Orange, Bathurst, Port Macquarie, Grafton, Coffs Harbour, Tamworth, Central Coast, Dubbo, Penrith, Newcastle, Canberra, Adelaide, Mount Gambier, Narre Warren, Warragul, South Morang, Bendigo, Mildura, Horsham, Frankston, Ballarat, Geelong, Traralgon, Devonport, Shepparton, Warrnambool, Melbourne. We're almost halfway there. Maybe Meg's gritty again. Maybe like rejig, like that's one verse.
I'm going everywhere, man. I'm going everywhere. He's going.
Wonthaggi, Hobart, Launceston, Wollongong, Sydney, Wagga Wagga, Brisbane, Loganholme, Hervey Bay, Gladstone, Mackay, Cairns, Townsville, Rockhampton, Bundaberg, Sunny Coast, Gold Coast, Toowoomba, Burleigh Heads. That's also the Gold Coast. Why are we doing a show there? Who the fuck booked that? I need to talk to Jack. Now that I remember it, I think I agreed to it. All right. Lismore, Alice Springs, Darwin, Fremantle, Mandurah on the home stretch now. Perth, Bunbury, Busselton, Albany, Esperance, Kalgoorlie, Broome and Geraldton. I'm going everywhere, man. I'm going everywhere.
That's the end of the song. Dun, dun. Woo!
Best tour promo of all time. If that doesn't move some tickets, I don't know what will.
You singing while I gritty in the background.
Yeah. Tell me that's not the best promo you've ever seen. She is literally popping the gritty during the tour promo.
Oh my God.
Literally me at the start of the podcast. Fuck people that just reference memes piss me off. 15 minutes later, oh my God, she's literally dropping the gritty. I'm being hilarious. I'm everything I hate. Speaking of, I need to make an apology.
Why do you have to apologize?
There's
What?
always shit I have to apologize for. We put a little teaser clip out every Monday of just like a little thing we discussed on the Patreon episode. And last week on the Week Ready episode, which you can get out, full episodes out every Monday if you want a bonus episode of this podcast, we had a big discussion about the Shoey debate. We went and saw Post Malone and the Chili Peppers, and the crowd peer pressured Post Malone into doing a Shoey. It was a controversial take.
Yeah.
A lot of people agree with me. A lot of people said I was un-Australian.
So Shoeys, yes or no?
Two different questions.
Right.
I want to make this very clear. I am pro drinking beer out of a shoe. Okay. What is wrong with my brain is I see nothing wrong with that element of it.
Yeah.
I don't care about the hygiene problems. That's fun. I think it's fun and funny. In a social environment, I've seen people at house parties stand up on tables, do a shoey. We saw a guy at Bathurst do one after Warney died out of respect.
Oh, that was amazing. That was beautiful.
Why that was beautiful is because it was a thing that happened and no one was screaming shoey.
Yeah.
What annoys me is in the entertainment concert show environment, the peer pressure bothers me, and I think it's me being a performer. I think I have a narrow and niche perspective of that, and most people just like being amongst the herd screaming and pissing off a stranger, because that is fun.
Well, so this was my take on it. I like getting on board the do a shoey. Yeah, I like the grunting, because that's kind of fun to be a caveman sometimes when you're like, shoey. But then if they do it at the end, that's awesome. If they do it at the beginning, that's awesome. The only thing that I don't like about it is if they didn't want to do it and people keep trying to force it.
An unconsensual one's rough to watch.
Yeah, or if they've already said that they're going to do it and then people are like, no, do it now. Yeah. You know?
I think there are certain settings for one, but I think where it started to where it is now in Australian culture, if we didn't explain it properly, it's for international people. I assume you're aware of it. It's kind of become our thing on the international stage. It's where you pour your beer into a shoe and drink it as a cup.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I do love about it is the fact that when American people come here, like Post Malone or Harry Styles did one. He did one with water though. Hated that. If you're going to do one, do it properly.
This is Posty.
No, Harry Styles.
Oh, Harry Styles.
Oh, yeah, out of the two.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he did it with water apparently. Oh, I don't think he was drinking on stage because he does this every day. It's what people don't understand. It's like the same people that go, man, can't believe that person died so young, are the same people that bully that artist into doing shit every night. What they don't realize is artists tour for 200 nights a year. If they were being degenerates, getting so fucked up on stage every night, they were drinking out of shoes and shit. That's
it wouldn't
not
end
a good state of being. So I always view it through the so boring lens of that. And most people are like, fuck off, man. It's un-Australian.
Yeah, look, honestly,
but I just have a different perspective.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around the water thing because the water has no taste, so it would have just sucked up all of the juices and
just tasted like foot sweat.
Yeah.
I guess that's what beer tastes like in general, so it masks it. Darcy in the Discord said, I'm very glad to see that someone hates shoeys as much as me. Let's extend it. I fucking hate row pits at metal shows. All right, Darcy, keep it in the pocket of the argument. All right. I don't go to metal shows. You go to metal shows, Reese. What are your thoughts on row pits? What is a row pit?
It's when people just all sit on the ground and just like row.
Oh,
That's pretty funny. I understand it's a little bit lame.
Yeah, it's a bit lame, yeah.
It's definitely lame. It's definitely like sweaty dudes trying to be
It's-
funny.
yeah.
Has
Yeah.
that energy about
Yeah,
it.
very big, yeah. Very big energy.
Okay.
that's kind of fucking weird.
Never mind. Darcy
you ever-
sounds like
and then-
not a good person
and
to
then-
have in your corner for this argument.
Reese is
oh no,
like-
he's saying he hates it. That's fine.
Reese is like, yeah, it's fucking weird.
Mitch said, I agree with Meg. It's all consensual without people. What? Oh, if it's all consensual, I can't read.
If it's all consensual, it's good.
Fine. Can
Like,
we-
or it's
You need like that writing helpline.
you need
1300 If it's all consensual without people, okay, he didn't write a sentence properly. He wrote, if it's all consensual without people, absolute dregs. Look, fuck, man, Mitch agrees with you.
That's good. Thank you, Mitch. You put it in some beautiful words there. Wow, you really summed it up well.
It's a love-hate thing, I think I'm discovering. I've thought about it a lot during the week. It's good that we have something that's put us on the map internationally. And I think the Ricardo and stuff, like didn't it start with all the guys, the race car drivers?
Yeah, Ricardo
and stuff?
used to do it heaps.
Yeah, and then on the world scene, that became like the Australian thing. And then the UFC guy, like that Bam dude, is his name Bam or something? I don't know. He's like known for it. He does it in American events. So I think around the world, Australians, as a sign of unity and patriotism in the moment, started doing shoeys. But then it got out of hand when politicians started doing it. Jimmy Fallon did one. Then it became uncool for a bit, you know?
Yeah.
And then there's people who have been flying the flag all the way through, like Frenchie.
Quite
one of
literally
our
with their
mates.
mullets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally flapping in the
It
wind.
literally flaps. Yeah.
He needs to wash his flag. It's greasy. But I do like the fact that, for example, when Logan Paul and all that crew came over recently, when like those like American celebrities come over, they want to try it.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I'm in Australia, I should do a shoey. Because to them, that is such a obscene thing to comprehend of why you would ever drink a beer out of a shoe.
It is pretty weird.
But my disdain for it is it has become so normalized here
yeah.
that every show, every concert you go to, it's all people scream.
Yeah.
That's what annoys
Yeah,
me.
it's definitely had a resurgence.
So I
for
think
sure.
my conclusion is I love it when it's spontaneous. I love seeing a shoey in the wild, and it needs to remain that way. That shoey that I saw at Bathurst, out of respect for Shane Warne on the night he died, was one of the simultaneously legendary and tear-jerking things I've ever seen in a pub.
I've never cried while someone did a shoey.
Oh, it was good. And then there was also the 16-year-old kid that hit a vape and a ciggy at the same time and almost passed out.
Amazing.
It was perfect.
Amazing.
A lot of good tributes went out for
Really
Warnie that
beautiful.
night.
Really beautiful.
Glad I was in a dog shit pub in Bathurst for when such a tragedy happens. So then you have the right people around you to process that with.
Yeah, dude, I didn't believe it.
Because when Steve Irwin died, we were in Queensland. That was too close to home.
Were you actually?
Yeah, we'd just been to Australia Zoo about 2 weeks before. Or we're going there in 2 weeks. One of the two.
Well, do you remember seeing Steve or did you not?
I was pretty young.
Oh, no.
So I feel like he wasn't there. But it didn't feel like when I was there that it was in a
Can't
time of
believe it.
mourning. Oh, no, he was, when I went, he was
still
away
in the-
filming that.
Oh, yeah.
Filming the documentary or whatever they were filming.
I love getting on board with Shoey, but
But I
as
wanted
long
to
as
apologize for my angry stance. I was looking at it through a narrow lens of being a performer. What I'm trying to say is I don't like it when the crowd yells Shoey and I feel like I'm being bullied.
says the crowd work comedian who does it for a living.
No, it's funny. Like but that's why it's so repetitive for me. I don't find it funny anymore. Because for them, they think they're having an original thought, which was one of my original gripes with it. They're like, do a shoey. And I'm like, you don't think that this gets yelled at me? I've done 11
times a year.
Well, one time on the tour last year, we did 19 shows in 11 days. 15 people yelled shoey throughout those 19 shows.
Yeah.
It's not an original thought.
The other one I hate is when you don't have a beer on stage and people go, "Where's your beer?
Oh,
Yeah, that
that's
sucks.
a lot. That happens all
Why are you drinking
the time.
water?"
Yeah.
Get a beer up, yeah.
And it's one of those things where I know that a lot of people listening to this will be like, nah, Luke's a bad sport. But when you do it 180 times a year, that heckle gets 0.5% funnier every time, and we're at negative 1,000 by now.
Oh yeah.
My original thought used to be like, who's this bloody legend?
Yeah, getting it on the beers.
I'm like, maybe I should have a bloody beer the unit.
Go
now
on,
my
do
first
it.
thought is someone goes, where's your beer? I'm like, where are your parents? what happened to dad? Is mum not around? That's my first
where's
thought.
The papa?
Yeah. Oh, papa.
Oh, papa.
Dad.
Ooh,
You know.
papa.
I'm like, oh, the orphanage must have been really rough. And I know they're just trying to have fun, but I've just heard it too many times, man. It's like the Ron Burgundy thing. I think I get bothered by non-creativity when at the same time, often I'm very aware I'm guilty of it myself.
Yeah, dude, absolutely.
Let us know. Actually, I want to hear people's thoughts. Let's do a poll.
Yeah.
Shoeys at concerts, yes or no? I think I'm going to be outranked 80-20. 80% of people. We live in a...
All concerts, music concerts, just anything.
Maybe we could do like a few polls, like to get which settings are more preferred to get a more even spread of data.
Let's do that. Okay. And the experiment begins now.
Can you write that down, Reese? Because I'm going to forget about that in 30 seconds.
I picked you up the other night, very late, very drunk. I feel like this is a very
Hang on.
common thing that happens now.
No.
Yeah.
False news.
Well, I mean...
Objection.
Well,
Firstly, it's the silly season. All right, it doesn't end until the end of February. We all know that.
damn,
It's
dude.
the extended silly season. It's kick-ons from the silly season. It's because I get
Spin facts.
2 months a year to see my friends.
Yes. So I picked you up on Friday night with one of your friends, but you had just gone to the pub with a bunch of your friends. Tell me about it. How was it?
It was fine.
It was fine.
Oh, yeah. I have a gripe with our local. I'm not happy with it.
That was it. I led into that big thing for you to go like, yeah, it was all good.
I'm like, it was fun. No, I don't understand what you want. Yeah, no. There's this one place we used to go to, and it used to be a bit of a vibe. I would say like a sesh haven. Just a great Friday to Sunday of, people drinking, having fun.
Good with the lads.
It used to be pubby. Now it's more restauranty.
I used to work there.
We hadn't been there in a while under new management. And I have a problem with the management of this place, which I am happy to voice publicly on a
Technically
podcast.
with the owner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The manager.
Not the manager, the owner.
Okay. Is there a difference?
Yeah, there's a difference.
I don't know how businesses run.
God, you were so out of touch. It's incredible.
I complain about Shoeys on podcasts. That's my contribution to society. So,
Oh, tough day at work, love. What did
Yeah.
you do? Oh, man, just talking about the Shoey debate. Very, very big stuff, mate.
yeah. Well,
Very
this is
big
going to
stuff.
divide a lot of people, I think, during the week.
It will.
So,
Genuinely will. But yeah.
someone's going to do it.
I haven't been there for like 2 years. So how's it changed?
Now just like, it's like a country place. Like it was a country rock bar.
Like they only played country
Luke
music?
Coombs
or-
for 3 hours, And my mama's going to be all right with the radio on. That for 3 hours. I swear to God, that song was on a loop. I heard it like 4 times.
That's
And
a banger song.
On
sorry.
all the TVs, they play country music videos, but it's not in sync to the song that's playing. So it's just random cut shots of utes and dudes singing in barns with other random country music that doesn't match it. It's become like a family vibe, and we got told off for swearing while playing pool.
Oh,
at
were
like-
their families around?
No, they were not. I don't know if this will come as a shock to a lot of people, but believe it or not, sometimes on the weekend, I have respect and decency, and I'm a good person outside of content. Right? You know me? Like, I tell
Yeah.
you off for swearing around kids.
Yes.
Meg has no self-awareness.
No.
Meg will be in public, fucking blah, blah.
Oh,
I'm
no,
like,
I
"Can you-"
have self-awareness.
But you, like,
No, I have self-awareness. I know that they're there.
so you just have no respect. I didn't see too many kids around. Maybe there was like a family right at the back. We're at the other end of the pub playing pool. And staff came over to us and were like, oh, guys, come on, tone it down the swearing. Nothing crazy. We're not dropping C-bombs. We were playing billiards, so someone might have just done a shit shot and I would have been like, you fucking garbage, kill yourself. Whatever,
Just the bare minimum
Little
stuff.
little bare minimum stuff like that.
Yeah.
Banter, I'll
Yeah.
fucking go die in a hole, mate. Whatever. Classic guy stuff. Then it hits like 6 p.m. All of a sudden, I've never seen this many children's in the world. Like Wiggles.
Children's.
Just kids, like small people, a bunch of minis just rolled in.
You
like
make it sound like
Wiggles was headlining
Yeah.
or some shit.
You make it sound like they're going to like Rare Bears or something.
Yeah. Literally, it was like a kids' play center in there.
They gotta
half an hour later. So what was?
They got to get those dino nuggets, dude.
Yes, it's not our fault though. 2 years ago, we went there, and we were having a meal, and this dude came over 13 times throughout the meal. I think we can all agree, there is nothing more annoying than a waiter that just pesters you throughout the meal.
Yeah.
I'm happy with one. How are you enjoying the meal? How is everything? As soon as I say, it's great, thank you, cheers, fuck off.
That's all you need.
That is my right as a
hate
paying patron.
that. I hate that when you're sitting down, you're like, it's fine if they do it once or twice and they come up and they double check and stuff. Like, that's okay because, you might be 4 minutes into eating the meal and you're like, oh, this isn't a very good thing. The chicken's uncooked. Something's wrong with it. And they come over and they're like, is everything okay?
Yeah.
You can either say no or yes. In my case, I always say yes no matter what because I don't want the confrontation.
They can't do it.
I would rather eat that raw chicken than send it back.
Meg would rather salmonella than a conversation.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes. I will take it.
A strange choice.
It's like, oh, yes, actually, I did want a side of salmonella. I didn't even know that I wanted it.
Yeah.
But you've given it to me and I'm appreciative of it.
I bitched out on the weekend. I got a burger and I went to order, which is another thing I hate about pubs. I could keep going. This could be 2 episodes. I hate that they're ordering on your phone. I know some people like it.
Love it.
Hate it.
I take ages to think about what I want. I can see it. I can pick 4 meals.
What a menu is.
No. But then I can pick 4 meals and then I can like condense it and look at all of them and I'm like, that one.
Like you add them all to a cart and then minus them.
Yeah. Of a process of elimination. It's a very strategic way of doing it.
Some of us aren't afraid of having a discussion with a stranger. But didn't give me the option on the menu to not have my burger with pickles. And I hate pickles. You're a pickle fiend? I hate them.
Fiend. I love them.
It's why we work.
Oh, yeah.
But I went up and I did forget briefly that added bacon onto the burger was $4. I didn't want bacon. I didn't care. I'm happy to have bacon or not. It's not going to make or break the burger for me, but I certainly didn't want to pay $4 for it. Something that
time for that.
But the way he said it, and I didn't like the tactic, he just went, yep, burger, no worries, mate, no pickles, can do, all good, brother. And then he goes, assuming with bacon and all. And I went, oh, sure. But the way he worded it, like, he was like, lettuce, tomato. Like, I thought he was just listing ingredients that were already in the burger.
Oh.
And then I paid for it. I was like, fuck, that was expensive for a burger. And then I was like, oh, fuck, he's added in 6 add-ons there. I've added on cheese, thingo, because I just thought he was listing the ingredients.
Wait. Cheese wasn't on the fucking... Wait, what do you mean?
In grilled, you have to pay extra for cheese.
How many... What? Was all of it an extra? Like, is the lettuce, tomato?
Yeah. I feel like when you order a burger these days, they're like, the bare minimum is the patty, and you need to add everything on from here. I don't know, man. It was like a $33 burger by the end.
But hold on, because you start...
I managed to add $9 onto it, and I don't know what happened. I think there was also a 10% surcharge because it was Sunday.
That's insane. It's fine if they come up and they go at the beginning, the waitress asks you, then during the meal, then after. 3 times, pretty decent. 4 times maybe that you're getting an extra tip. We don't tip in Australia, but if we did, they'd be getting an extra tip.
You ever tipped?
No.
Oh.
No.
You just said that.
I said you'd be getting a tip, and then I said we don't actually tip in Australia, but if we did, then they would get a tip.
Our version of a tip is just,
minimum
good idea,
wage.
mate. It was good. Yeah, just a
we
thumbs up.
We also get paid correctly.
Yeah, but you get paid admiration as well. Yeah, good stuff. Liked it. I'll be back, maybe. But this guy, we were there once, 13 times he came over during our meal.
And we counted.
At one point, he starts massaging me, just getting his thumbs into the collarbone up behind me. He goes, oh, how you enjoying that meal? And I was like, oh, good man. Could you not? And I shrugged him off and I was like, oh, could you not? And then we're with Uncle Whitey, who's our friend, right? And, does a bit of work for us. Also in the Discord as well.
Yes, awesome.
I don't know why we're promoting like he is a reason to join.
If you need an uncle, Whitey's your guy.
The guy was just feeling his beard.
Yeah.
The manager was coming over, or the owner was coming over and feeling his beard just during the meal. Yeah. I remember him he goes, oh, you got a good beard. And
Whitey was like, aha, personal space, that exists.
Yeah, and then by the end, we all started making bets. We're like, I reckon he'll come over 8 times. I reckon he's going to come over 10 times. And then I guess 12. And everyone's like, there's no way.
There's no way.
We're only here for another 10 minutes. Dude, he was coming over every 2 minutes by the end. At one point, he sang us a song, like a cappella.
Yes. Oh,
He was like on over the speaker. And then it finished. He went, I like that one. And then he just started singing it again.
And he wasn't just doing it. So this is the thing, though.
Friday night.
It wasn't.
Everything's gonna be all right. And we're like, fuck off.
He was going around to every single table in that restaurant and doing the exact same shit to them.
It was the definition of out of touch, cringy owner that's like, I'm going to get amongst my community.
I'm going to be more personal with them. I feel like they just want a little bit more face-to-face interaction from the owner.
Just get to know the customer. It's me and them, and we can get a clear idea of what. And now we haven't been back for 2 years. Now,
that's another thing that every single time, without a doubt, he'd come over and be like, how's the food? How's everything going? Yeah, it's going good. That's good. Yeah, like, I mean, we've just like opened. So, you know, even though everything's like really new, the menu's really new, we're really excited. And like, we would love it if you guys like told more people about it. And I was like, the first time I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, why not? Then he came over and said the fucking same thing again. This guy had a Dory brain, I swear.
Yeah.
It was like Dory in like
he was
bald man.
He was a goldfish brain. He reset every 10 seconds.
Dory in a bald cap.
Yeah, and then by the end I was like, hey man, Instagram ads exist. Like, just run your own marketing. I'm not doing this for you.
It was so weird. Yeah. It was so weird. Alrighty, well, thank you so much for joining us in another episode. It was more like a rant this episode. But
that's fine. That's why I don't pay for therapy.
Because we're men. And if anyone asks, I'm also a man. This is definitely a man's podcast.
That's what old dudes say to me.
We talk about
anything but our fucking feelings. Am I right, Mitch? Mitch? What's male Meg?
Mig.
Mig?
This has gone out of hand. I don't know how we got here. I did used to have a character, very quickly, I did used to have a character.
Boys Club?
Boys Club, yeah. Whenever Luke used to get down, he used to stick his head under the pillow and go,
I used to do this bit in the bed where if I didn't want to talk to Meg, I would just hide under the doona and then just be like, excuse me, I'm in Boys Club. It's no chicks allowed.
And so I would knock on the bed frame or on the pillow beside him and I'd go, oi mate, open up. I want to get in a Boys Club. And he's like, who is it? Is this Boys Club? You can't, no girls allowed. I'm like, nah mate, no girls out here. It's just Bobby. Big, and no, that was when you were like, what's
COVID,
your name?
We used to like do this bit for like 45 minutes at a time at like 1 a.m. We'd be like trying to sleep and she'd be like, yeah, it's bloody Kevin here, open up. And I'm like, oh, Kevin, fuck off, mate. I'm just trying to do a Boys Club. And I'm like, oh, Kevin, you sound like a chick today.
I was like, no, mate, I definitely don't. Yeah, Bobby got found out because when Bobby came in, he was like, wait a minute, you're not a boy.
Nice little sneak look into our pillow talk there. Boy, bloody Kev, open up.
We're not like normal couples.
Yeah, I'm in bed like,
oh, mate.
No chicks allowed. Kev, come on in, mate.
I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Thank you for coming yet again.
Oh, I never said. Fuck.
We're almost at an end. What have you forgotten?
Tickets at lukekidgel.com.
Oh, yeah.
The one thing I was supposed to say on this episode was buy tickets to the tour.
We're not very good at this.
At podcasting?
We're not very good at
no, it's kind of the appeal.
Explaining, are we?
Talking is the problem.
Talking. We're not very good at talking.
Yeah. Someone commented that in the last episode. They said,
God.
If Luke had eye surgery, does that mean no more mistaking people as being old? Or is that more of a brain thing?
That's definitely a brain thing.
Yeah. I shouldn't be driving at the moment. I still can't see. Anyway. They told me I could, so.
And on that note, Luke's going to drive me to the shops. So, no.
I told them, I was like, my eye's still blurry. And I was like, am I good to drive? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, I can't see out of it. And they're like, should be all fine. Anyway, Reese is yawning. Time to wrap it up.
All right.
See ya.
See you guys. Thanks. Bye. Thanks for following. Oh, also,
it's done.
Yeah, it's done. It's done.
Stop trying to keep going.
I'm not. It's more the Patreon.
Save it for next week. Oh yeah, Patreon.
Yeah, can I do the Patreon plug?
Sure.
If you want to listen to more episodes like this, but a little bit more spicier, head over to our Patreon. Luke and what is it? What is our Patreon?
Now Luke and Meg
No, how do you search it up?
on the internet on Google. Fucking hell, figure it out.
Look at my Patreon.
Yahoo it. I didn't give Bing that shit. I didn't give a shit.
Duck, duck, go.
Bing it. Duck, duck, go it.
Yeah,
Fuck you.
I'm
I
about-
don't care. Oh man, I'm done. I'm
about
leaving.
to. I'm about.
You into the
like,
rest?
I'm about to tell a story about a shitting incident that happened at the engagement party. So, yeah.
Last 3 weeks.
Yeah, I
I've
know.
talked about poo content the last 3 weeks.
I know, but it just so happens that every single week something different happens where
turning the
someone
music
shits
up.
themselves. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that was a part of the music. I just did it. Turn it off. We're done.
Goodbye.
We're done here.